Okay, so someone said Doja Cat was giving major theater kid vibes at the Met Gala, and I have to agree. You cannot deny that she was fully committed to the bit, but it just so happened to make for one of the most awkward interviews ever. She really went all out with her outfit and dressed up like a cat, complete with facial prosthetics and everything. But what came from that was a viral clip of her speaking to Emma Chamberlain during the red carpet livestream. When Emma asked her about her outfit, Doja replied with a meow, and it just got worse from there. For every question that she was asked, like who made her dress and what was the inspiration, Doja just meowed at her. It was nothing but cat noises the entire interview. Eventually, Emma realizes that she's not going to get any straight answers out of her and moves on. That clip now has 15 million views on TikTok, and it sent fans into a tailspin. Some people think that Doja was being very disrespectful because Emma was trying to get a real interview out of her, and others just thought the whole thing was hilarious. Someone wrote, "If that was me, I would have walked away after the first meow." Another person said, "Guys, it's not that deep. She's being in character and it's funny." But one thing everyone can agree on is her incredible outfit. The rapper wore a white sequined catsuit gown which was form-fitted to her body and wrapped all the way around her head. At the top were cat ears and a jewel chain over her forehead. She also finished things off with fake nails that were shaped into claws. But the craziest part about the look was definitely the facial prosthetics. Doja's makeup was crafted to look like she had a cat nose that was connecting to her upper lip. It really gave the impression of a mesh between human and animal. But she wasn't the only one who came dressed as a cat. Jared Leto showed up in a full-on mascot costume before revealing his final look in black. He was specifically dressed up as a blue cream tawny Berman breed. At first it seemed like no one on the red carpet recognized him. He took advantage of that and started dancing around and taking pictures with everyone. There was even a viral video of him photobombing Anne Hathaway before he took off the headpiece and revealed himself. Overall, his catsuit was a major hit among celebrities, and he clearly got some good photos out of it. But when it comes to the different Met Gala looks, you might be wondering what's with all the cats? Well, both Doja and Jared Leto were dressing up as Karl Lagerfeld's legendary white Burmese cat Choupette. He always had quite an emotional tie to his pets, but he especially loved Choupette. In 2013, he even told CNN that he wanted to marry her. Karl also created an Instagram account for her, which has 235,000 followers. In fact, he loved Choupette so much that he apparently left her a sizable inheritance when he passed away in 2019. Although it has yet to be distributed, it's said to be somewhere around $2 million in assets. So yes, this cat is not only a fashion icon, but also a soon-to-be millionaire. Alright, now Doja Cat has been fighting for her life on Twitter after she was accused of promoting plastic surgery to her young fans. The online drama started when she revealed that she had undergone breast reduction surgery and liposuction on her thighs. She gave everyone an update on her health in a series of tweets. She wrote, 4 days into recovery right now, feels okay. I got lipo so my thighs hurt a lot if I move too much, but I'm healing really fast. Almost immediately, people started questioning her tweets. One person wrote, lipo is when fat is transferred from one area to another. In response, Doja said, no it's not dear, that is called a fat transfer. I did not get a fat transfer. She's right of course, because lipo is a surgical procedure that involves using a suction technique to remove fat and shape specific areas of the body. When another fan speculated that she'd had a breast augmentation to make them bigger, Doja once again had to clarify that she's actually had a reduction to make them smaller. We don't know what size she was before, but apparently she's now a 32C. While she loves the results, she said it's going to take around 3 months for her to properly heal. At the time, Doja was only a few days post-surgery and very swollen. When fans asked her to show off her new chest, she tweeted, soon when they don't look like 2 loaves of bread, give it 3 more weeks. But of course, not everyone was happy with the fact that she was openly discussing these procedures. One person tweeted, stop encouraging your young and impressionable fans to change their bodies. Obviously, Doja wasn't cool with this kind of accusation, and in the most characteristic response, she tweeted, eat my long, quiet, and warm farts, which means she didn't even think it was worth addressing. After all, she's always been very comfortable on social media and shouldn't feel bad talking about changes that she's made to her own body. She's clearly had a lot of time on her hands while she was recovering, because she started replying to almost every single tweet that was calling her out. Someone wrote, she's so easy to trigger, it's hilarious. And in response she said, I know, stop, please, I'm literally on bed rest, you're gonna get me blocked over a bad joke. When another person noticed that Doja was receiving some flack in the comments, they tweeted, why are people upset that she got lipo? In response she said, because people need things to be upset about, because people are miserable and people need to get a job. It's interesting that fans were so shocked to hear her talk about getting plastic surgery, considering the fact that she's always been known for her refreshing honesty. A few days ago she posted a close-up shot of her forehead showing the actual texture picture of her skin. This was the reality behind all the perfect pictures that we saw at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. She had a few breakouts on her forehead like we all do sometimes, and that's something that she just wanted to point out. Even though Doja has always been very unserious on the internet, she's been getting criticized a lot lately, and at a certain point it really gets to be too much. I mean, she can't even post anything without being called out for something that she didn't do. Of course, there is a big part of her that seems to like the backlash, especially if it's for something ridiculous. Recently, more and more people have accused her of things like promoting Satanism and the occult. It sounds silly, but it's true. The hashtag Doja Cat Satanic has millions of views on TikTok, and it's a conspiracy that's been plaguing her for years. It's insane how much people are reading into things. The rumors started up again when she attended Paris Fashion Week with tens of thousands of red crystals glued to her body. The entire show was inspired by Dante's Inferno and the 9 circles of hell, so that was the theme she was going for. That's why she was all dressed up. Some people also took issue with the fact that her 27th birthday party was inspired by the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Of course, the event included plenty of references to the film, with things like masks and devilish decorations, but some people took that to be real-world symbolism. What's really funny is that Doja knows about all of this, and she really plays into it to get a reaction out of people. She changed her username on Twitter to Hellmouth and updated her profile picture to match. She then did a satanic themed photo shoot where she was dressed as a demon, wearing red lingerie complete with a trident, a tail, and horns. She also did another shoot for Dazed magazine where she had a neon colored buzz cut and she was pulling her mouth open to reveal her black teeth. That one really set people off. Of course, the comment section was full of those accusing her of glorifying evil and becoming demonic. In response to the outrage, Doja made it clear that she thinks it was all very funny, and she says that she wants to keep doing weird stuff to make people uncomfortable. She tweeted, "Playing with people's ignorance and stupidity for my own happiness and personal gain." In another tweet, she just wrote the words satanic imagery and occult symbolism, because she already knows it's going to get a reaction. At this point, she's obviously just having a lot of fun with it, because no matter what she does, this conspiracy refuses to die down. Let's take a look at Doja Cat's insane Fashion Week looks. These days, she's constantly pushing fashion and beauty boundaries. All eyes were on her when she rocked up to Paris Fashion Week with her entire face and body painted red and started with 30,000 Swarovski crystals. Her look was called Doja's Inferno, and apparently it took more than 5 hours to apply. According to celebrity makeup artist Pat McGrath and her team of professionals, they painstakingly hand-placed each crystal onto Doja's skin. First, her hair was covered in caps, then her skin was painted red, before crystals and gold dust were applied to her body. Obviously, it was a lengthy process, but the payoff was clearly worth it. Not only did she stick to the theme of Dante's 9 circles of hell, but she looked like a life-size ruby. Of course, her outfit was an integral part of the final look's impact. Doja wore a strapless red mini dress that featured a sharp bust and a heavily beaded skirt. The dress's skirt gave the same visual effect as the body crystals, creating the illusion that the dress was just a continuation of her body. The back of it came with a long red train that she wore around her arm. For shoes, Doja wore knee-high red Schiaparelli boots with their signature toe outline. For accessories, she wore a huge pair of red and gold gem statement earring and played into the no necklace trend we've been seeing on the red carpet recently. Before her crystal red outfit, the singer served another mind-blowing look at Paris Fashion Week. On Wednesday, she channeled Salt Bae for the Victor and Rolf show. She stepped out in a masculine outfit complete with a goatee, a fake curly mustache, and eyebrows. The look was wrapped up with a pair of eyeglasses. She paired everything with a camel-colored pinstripe coat and pant combo layered over a green striped shirt with a starched collar. But really, the craziest part of all of this was that she shaved off her eyebrows and replaced them with fake lashes. Why? Well, Doja told Nylon that she heard some fans were disappointed that she didn't have lashes on top of the crystals in her previous outfit. She said, "So today I gave them lashes. I hope they're happy, and I just want to make people happy." What an icon. Next up, she arrived at Valentino in a glamorous all-black outfit that showed off her midsection. She topped this look off with a long fringe wig and bleached eyebrows, which is actually a new trend that's been taking Hollywood by storm. For her next appearance, Doja rocked an 80s blue leather dress, which was belted at the waist. She paired this with a matching blue PVC trench coat for the Jean-Paul Gaultier show. Of course, what really helps pull off a lot of these looks is the fact that she's rocking a buzz cut. Last year, Doja underwent a major transformation and debuted her striking new look on Instagram. The 27-year-old revealed to her followers that she never liked having hair, so she decided to get rid of it completely. And while she was still on camera, she picked up a razor and shaved off her eyebrows too. She said, "I just can't believe that it took me this long to be like, shave your effing head. I feel like I was never supposed to have hair anyway. I don't like having hair hair, I never liked having hair. She went on to say that she felt exhausted when working out while wearing wigs, which would start sliding and peeling off of her head, which meant that she was concentrating more on her wig placement than working out. And she even called her experience wearing wigs an effing nightmare. In the end, Doja decided that she was over it and she's happier now that she doesn't have to worry about her hair. And the fact that she's still rocking a buzz cut shows everyone that she made the right decision.
Welcome back to I.O. I'm your guest host this week, Kyle McWaters, and if you've been on TikTok or Instagram the last week, then you might have caught a celebrity tiff going on right now. It's safe to say that young actor Noah Snap has been sliding into some DMs recently with the success of the hit show he's a part of. Famous rappers DMs, to be exact. The thirst has all of our attention through the media recently, but our attention is more focused on something else. That Stranger Things star Noah Snap is, well, maybe a little bit of a weasel. Hey, not my own words, but in fact the person he ratted out. We all know Noah from Netflix's show Stranger Things since season 1 as Will Byers, but who's he gotten himself into a beef with? Famous entertainer and rapper Doja Cat. Grammy Award winner Doja's rant flooding every platform last week and came only one day after Snap posted a TikTok sharing their private conversation where the Vegas singer-songwriter asked the young actor to help set her up with Joseph Quinn, the 29-year-old actor who plays newcomer Eddie Munson in season 4 of Stranger Things. However, Doja Cat isn't very happy with the events that played out on the Thursday night, and since deleted TikTok Live, the 26-year-old artist told fans how she really felt about the Stranger Things star, exposing their direct messages in which she asked for help connecting to Quinn. Come on, man, that's pretty low. There's like helping a friend out slowly, seamlessly hooking them up with someone, and then there's like grade 4 stuff, Quote, to be fair, this is like a kid. I don't know how old he is, but he's not even over like 21. Doja responded about the situation live. She said, quote, when you're that young, you make mistakes. You do dumb shit. You say dumb shit. You fucked up relationships with people. You make mistakes like you're supposed to, so you know not to do it in the future. I agree, Doja. Well said. Quote, but the fact that Noah did that is so unbelievably socially unaware and whack. The Grammy star went on to call him a snake and a weasel. Quote, I mean, that could be really uncomfortable and embarrassing, thinking that you're having a private conversation about feelings towards someone and then it's revealed to everyone. It's one way to break up trust immediately. Snap's now deleted TikTok has racked up more than 4.2 million likes and 20 million views on Thursday, with many of the fans taking to the comments both to agree with Doja in the immaturity of Noah's actions and also agreeing on how hunky the new cast member really is. Since then, Noah's been reached out for a statement about the situation but hasn't replied or made any public comments yet. I mean, this is a pretty simple one. He needs to send her an apology of some sort and just take the L, start trying to gain some of that trust back. Unfortunately, when strange things like this happen, others tend to pick up on that energy. I mean, come on, he's pretty young, and this is like the old MSN days of instant communication. He's probably just excited that famous people are reaching out to him. I get it. I mean, Grammy winner Doja Cat privately messages you? Come on, that's amazing. Doja wrote in the infamous conversation, Noah, can you tell Joseph to hit me up? Wait, no. Does he have a GF? Snap responded with all caps, LMAO. Slide into his DMs. Yeah, that's cold. Come on. It's one thing to be like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then there's just like laughing in your face at the hilarity of the situation. I don't know. Kind of triggered just reading this. How would you respond to that? I mean, he could have easily just played it off cool with a simple, oh yeah, he has a partner, or no, he's single. Yeah, easy. But went ahead and just broke up that trust. What do you all think? Did Noah go a little bit too far on this one, or is this just a playful beef that'll blow over between friends? You tell me.
Well, it looks like things are continuing to go downhill for Doja Cat. From her white supremacist group drama a few years ago to her most recent brush with Stranger Things actor Noah Schnapp, she seems to be losing a lot of her fans, and anyone who may have had sympathy for her seems to be turning their back on her. She once said that she wasn't cut out for celebrity status, and well, she may not have to worry about that anymore. Since the drama went down, she has been gradually losing followers, while her opposition, Noah Schnapp, has been gaining even more. It looks like, at least on social media, it's pretty clear which side people are taking in this situation. For anyone who is somehow not caught up with the drama, let me fill you in on what's going on. It has been all over social media and TikTok and has honestly been pretty hard to miss. One of the new characters in season 4 of Stranger Things was Eddie Munson, played by British actor Joseph Quinn. A lot of people fell in love with the character and found themselves attracted to Quinn as a result, and fellow celebrities are apparently no exception. Doja Cat wanted to get Quinn Quinn's digits, and the way she decided to do that was by sliding into the DMs of Noah Schnapp, asking him for a way in. She did make sure to ask if Quinn was currently in a relationship, but many people have found this suspicious, as there are a lot of people who believe that Doja is currently in a relationship of her own. After the conversation, Schnapp posted a video to TikTok sharing the messages with the caption "Thirsty Doja," and Doja wasn't very happy about it. She went on TikTok live to share her anger about the situation, calling Noah socially unaware and saying that he is a weasel and a snake. She may have been expecting people to take her side in the situation that she believed was a breach of privacy, but unfortunately for her, most people didn't. People went on Twitter to put her on blast, saying it was immature of her to be beefing with someone almost a decade younger. They spun it back on her and said that she was the one who was socially unaware. And unluckily for Doja, things didn't end there. People took their dislike for her beyond just angry tweets and actually started unfollowing her on her social medias, causing a big hit to her numbers. Doja Cat's Instagram following was previously at around 24.3 million, but since the drama has taken place, she has lost over 200,000 followers, dropping her to around 24.1, where it's still at now. So if you didn't think this drama was a big deal, I think the numbers speak for themselves. 200,000 people disliking how she dealt with the situation so much that they decided they were no longer fans of her. On the other side of the spectrum, we have seen Noah Schnapp have a massive increase in his Instagram following. He went from 24.2 million to now 25.4 million, gaining over 1 million total followers since the situation took place, and effectively surpassing Doja's following, even if she hadn't lost any of her own followers. I think that this entire situation is an incredible example of just how careful celebrities need to be with what they post online. Everything that they do is viewed by their fans and haters under a microscope, and even the smallest slip up can lead to a massive situation and loss of following. I think it's also interesting to look at how people often change their minds about how they view certain scenarios. I believe that this could have just as easily ended up being bad for Noah Schnapp due to him breaching privacy and sharing private messages. If he weren't as incredibly popular as he is right now due to Stranger Things, and if he had made mistakes in the past, I think we easily could have seen him losing 1 million followers instead of gaining them. You can also look at one of Doja's other recent dramas where she made a mocking video of Amber Heard's line, "My dog stepped on a bee." When it was first going around, many people were making jokes towards Amber, posting their own renditions of the clip and a lot of the time going super viral. But when Doja posted her video doing the same thing, she received intense backlash and was told that she was mocking not just Amber, but SA victims as a whole. Internet culture and cancel culture is incredibly bizarre, and what you get can often change from one day to the next, so it's probably best if you just keep your nose clean.
Doja Cat has recently announced on Twitter that she is quitting music after some fans in Paraguay called her out for not showing enough love to their country. Doja, who's currently touring through South America right now, put out a series of tweets on Thursday responding to fans who claimed that she was just ignoring her time while she was there. After she tweeted out Brazil along with their flag emojis, someone replied, "Not a single photo being in Paraguay, not a single tweet, not a single Instagram story. You made us empty." And if you recall, we did a story about Miley's plane getting hit by lightning, which caused her to miss out on the festival in Paraguay. MGK's set was also cancelled due to the amount of rain that had flooded the stage area, so instead he just bought a speaker and just did a free concert in front of his hotel. Another angry fan though wrote that in Paraguay a strong storm had arrived and destroyed everything in its path, and that the concert was cancelled so that the public could go to a shelter. Many left and went to the hotel though where Doja was staying to see if she was okay. At the time though, she didn't say anything, nor did she even notice. Then to make matters worse, in a since deleted tweet she said, "There was a storm in Paraguay, the show got cancelled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me. Let that sink in." But I don't think that this was actually the case. I saw lots of videos of people waiting outside in the rain just to see if Doja would come outside. Someone actually tweeted at her that they spent the whole day in front of her hotel in the rain, and then she never came outside or said a word, so why would they come back the next day? And in response, Doja said, "I regret spending all the time I did getting ready that day for the show I've been busting my butt every day to put on for you, but God bless. She then would later acknowledge that she didn't give Brazil a good enough of a show and then apologized to the fans. Although a lot of people were asking her to become more humble. Apparently, instead of hosting a free show like MGK, she had a private party and then asked the waiters to not speak to her or even look her in the eyes. Another fan tweeted at her and said, "Doja, about 4 years ago you started to achieve fame and all thanks to TikTok. What happened to your humility, queen? I loved you." And in response, Doja said, "It's gone and I don't give an F anymore. I effing quit. I can't wait to effing disappear and I don't need you to believe in me anymore. Everything is dead to me, music is dead, and I'm an effing fool for ever thinking I was made for this. This is a effing nightmare, unfollow me." And as some on Twitter named her the #1 public enemy in Paraguay right now, she changed her name to I Quit and then left her fans with one final tweet that said, "This ish ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care." First of all, I don't believe any of the stuff about the private party and Doja telling the staff to not look her in the eyes. That to me just sounds like a nasty rumor started by a disgruntled fan. Secondly, Doja Cat doesn't really owe anyone anything. If these people decided to wait outside of her hotel in the rain like some kind of weird stalker, why does that automatically mean that they deserve her attention? It really shouldn't, and it's messed up that so many people actually think this way. Yes, a public figure does give up some of their rights to privacy when they choose to get into the entertainment industry, but I really hate that constant saying that these celebrities owe everything to their fans. So what, even if she doesn't feel like it, she's obligated forever to do whatever her fans want her to do? That sounds like a true nightmare to me.
So on August 11th, James Charles dropped his collab with Doja Cat, called Doing Doja Cat's Makeup. And in the video, the pair speak about how they met, and James asked Doja about her music, speaking about dream collabs and her love of makeup. But the video seems to be getting mixed reviews, with fans on Twitter pointing out the problematic nature of the collab, with specifically Doja fans angry that she would do a collab with James, right after he got in a scandal with Alicia Keys by talking badly about her new beauty launch before the details were released, with many fans thinking that this is James's version of performative activism, trying to save face by having a black woman on his channel after just being in a scandal for trying to bring another black woman down, with one fan writing, quote, "All I'm saying is James Charles collabing with Doja Cat after bashing black women, while also knowing Doja's history with white men that don't like black people, it's kind of funny, not gonna lie." And another saying, quote, "James Charles came under fire last week for gatekeeping a black woman, only to reach out to Doja smells like Jeffree Star reaching out to Black China," with many other people simply saying that she's not reading the room. But this wasn't the only issue that people had with this collab. As we've covered before on the channel, Doja Cat tested positive for COVID recently, announcing it on July 27th, saying in a statement, quote, "I'm okay now, it was a 4-day symptom freakout, but I'm fine now." And considering they must have filmed the collab at least a week ago, people are thinking she might have been positive for the virus while they were filming the collab, with people joking online that the two would do anything for clout, even getting the virus. Then others saying that James might not have cared, as he probably already got the virus from all the TikTok parties that he attended. The shade though. With others calling out Doja too, saying they hope she tested herself right before the collab to ensure that she didn't give it to James or his team. So that's all for that story today. Let me know what you're thinking about all this below. Firstly, I want to know if you saw the collab. Then let me know if you thought it was strange that they were collabing, considering the scandals that they have both been in, as well as Doja's contraction of the virus. I have to admit, I did watch the collab and I did like it a lot, but when the video popped up, I did remember thinking that people weren't gonna like that the two of them were collabing after their recent scandals around race. But those are just my thoughts.
Doja Cat is over party was trending on Twitter over the weekend. And then swiftly, "We are sorry Doja Cat" started trending afterward. Doja is being accused of racist remarks, participating in incel chat rooms, and above all things, self-hatred. What is going on is extremely complex. The mainstream media isn't covering the allegations in depth, and that's probably because there's a whole lot of stuff to unpack. A whole lot of narratives and timelines. There's a lot of complexity to this thing. But I've done my best to put together an explainer video for you guys, so it might help you understand what's going on and help you make an informed decision on what to do or how to feel. We also have more information now, and Doja Cat has responded in video format. She went on Instagram Live last night to debunk the claims or attempt to debunk the claims, and I'm gonna serve you this update right now on IO. Welcome back to InformOverload. We tell you what is trending on the internet. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Subscribe for a different take on the news and follow the IO team on social media if you don't already. And that is all I'm gonna say, because we're just gonna get right into it here. There's a lot to talk about. I'm coming in with the research. On May 22nd, videos of Doja Cat in a chat room went viral online. People claimed that these chat rooms were frequented by racists. People would make racist jokes, and Doja would joke along with these racists or laugh at the jokes. One of the videos appears to show Doja Cat in one of these chat rooms with the alt-right 6 days prior. Not only that, but Doja is also seen on camera flirting with these men. Actually, flirting is more of a vanilla way of putting it. She basically looked like a cam girl. There's multiple men in these chat rooms watching Doja flirt, and there are videos of her using racial slurs as well. Most of the accusations stem from this argument. The argument that she hangs out with the alt-right and that she might actually be a member of the alt-right herself. Pay attention to that because that is important. Doja Cat has been pretty open about the fact that she socializes in these chat rooms, and she's done that since she was a kid. Back in 2019, she said to Paper magazine in an interview that she was obsessed with this one chat room. She said people in it are effing crazy, and she used to skip school to hang out in it. Here's a direct quote from that Paper magazine interview. People would pick on me and use horrible language and just the worst. And I just didn't understand why people were so crazy in there. But she continued to stay in the chat room, and she sometimes joined in on the offensive banter. Doja Cat said in her recent Instagram live that that chat room is a public chat room. She did learn that there are racist people, trolls, who come in and out of the chat, but they get banned shortly afterward. She denies that Tiny Chat is a white supremacist chat room. Here is what she said.
I am gonna start with the chat room that I go to is a public chat room. It's me, my friends, you go in there. Now you have to pay $30 to get into the chat room, which is a new thing. But I used to go in there for free, and I learned, you know, that there are racist people who come in and out of the chat. They're there. They happen and then they're banned. The idea that this chat room is a white supremacist chat room is, I don't understand it in any way. And not even full, I just don't understand how.
Here is what other users said about Tiny Chat. So that website is where randoms meet. A majority of them are trolls, so they will say whatever the cuff thing that they can to get attention and a rise. Apparently Doja Cat pops in there sporadically. The night I was there, Doja Cat didn't say anything racist. I can't speak for the other nights as I was not there, but yeah, it's just a dumb chat where people talk shit. I didn't hear Doja Cat say anything racist when I was in the chat room. She just vaped and played with a fake AR rifle. So I don't understand where any of this stuff is coming from unless it was from a different night. Y'all need to quit using my stuff for your little evidence. I posted what I did because I was shocked to see a celeb hanging out with normal people for a few hours. Not to mention, I'm a fan, so it was cool. There's nothing else to it. This cancel culture shit is seriously whack. Here's video evidence from the chat room saying that it was not a racist chat room.
Saying, oh look, Doja's just canceled, oh look, she hangs out with, I'm posting on every single one of those goddamn things, like, I go to that room, I'm not a fucking white supremacist, you fucking know me. Like, this is some bullshit, she didn't do shit.
Although the arguments are really compelling, I have yet to find evidence that this chat room is a white supremacist chat room. If it's not, then that accusation is baseless. It's just he said, she said. I will ask you guys again to show proof of these allegations if you have it, but if you haven't personally witnessed proof, then you shouldn't believe that argument. Another thing, she was on this supposed racist chat room a week ago. Why would she do something so stupid to enter a racist chat room and talk with white supremacists and say racist things right when her career is finally beginning to blow up? Her face is there and people will be able to see her and record her making racist remarks. Nobody's that dumb. Now, I will say this. She does go into these chat rooms and she acts all like saucy for these men. And that looks really bad, especially if she's been doing this stuff recently. I mean, she's one of the biggest artists on the planet right now. Some would argue that she needs to be more careful with her image and set a better example. But again, that's her prerogative. If that's what she wants to do and she like gets off on it or she likes it, she finds it's funny, then she can do whatever she wants, frankly. Doja Cat explained in her Instagram live that she was extremely drunk when she said a lot of the dumb stuff that she said. And other fans have pointed out that she often goes into these chat rooms intoxicated. She's often intoxicated on live as well, whether she's drinking alcohol or doing drugs, that's a whole other story. On to the second point, Doja Cat's song Didn't Do Nuffin. Doja Cat released Didn't Do Nuffin on SoundCloud in 2015, but deleted it. Didn't Do Nuffin is a term used by the alt-right to mock victims of police brutality. The term first emerged on 4chan's politically incorrect politics forum. Didn't Do Nuffin is not a mainstream racist term. It's pretty under the radar, but that's why it's used, you know, to like mock people and nobody knows what it means, other than the people that know the meaning. The song at the time, it led to Twitter Twitter users accusing Doja of releasing the song as a response to the death of Sandra Bland, a black woman who was pulled over after she failed to turn on her signal, and she later died in police custody. Doja addressed the song in her recent apology, saying the term was something that people used to refer to her as, and she attempted to flip the term on its head. Now onto the third point of Doja Cat's past racist language. Doja Cat has apologized in the past about comments, particularly prejudiced comments against LGBTQ people. This was right after Moo went viral. Tweets of her using the F word and derogatory language toward Asian people and brown people went viral. This was her response at the time. I apologize for all the derogatory terms I've used in the past, and no one should be discriminated against for their race, religion, or sexual orientation. I love you all and hope to make great music with you and for you in the future. Thank you. I would just like to say, how many times have people been exposed for problematic and racist language in the past, and people use it as ammunition to cancel someone? And how many times did we forget about it all too quickly? Jeffree Star, Bretman Rock, James Charles, Woah Vicky. All of these people continue to thrive. Some are uncancelable, even though they've all displayed this type of language and prejudice more than once. If this language offends you and you don't want to support someone for using that language, then that is completely your prerogative, and I would encourage you to do that. But all you can really do is, not include them in your Spotify playlists and not watch their videos, not buy their products. The sad thing is a lot of other people will support them. Although the mainstream media hasn't been covering all the other allegations in depth, there are a lot of people in the black community making videos about this. And honestly, it's difficult for me to speak on it because, in case you haven't noticed, I'm white, but I'll do my best to summarize what the black community is saying. Essentially, what the allegations are amounting to is that Doja Cat is not necessarily racist. She hates the fact that she is part black. Her father is South African and her mother is Jewish. So from what I'm understanding, it's more of like a self-hatred type thing. These are allegations. They have not been confirmed by Doja Cat. And she also denied the allegations in a recent Instagram live where she attempts to debunk the claims. But basically, people like Lovely T, great channel, her team of people put together a very great video on this, and it goes into the allegations more in depth. Lovely T used several points in her video that are leading people to believe that Doja Cat hates being part black and she would rather be white. Number one, Doja Cat seems to only entertain or date white men. Number two, she hates her hair texture, 4C, which is, according to her, a very difficult hair texture to take care of. Number three, she goes on these alleged incel chat rooms. Number four, she's used racist slang in the past in both her music, and she's also used this on social media. She said racist things on social media toward Asian people, brown people, and she's been caught on camera using the N-word hard ER. To wrap it all up, the self-hatred apparently comes from the fact that she has an absent black father and she was raised by a Jewish mother who may or may not have taught her to hate her black father or hate her blackness herself. Now, I would like to point out that as far as I know, this assessment wasn't done by a licensed professional. Doja Cat's personal psychiatrist did not say this about her. So even if there's a lot of points and compelling arguments leading people to believe this, if it doesn't come from Doja Cat's doctor, it shouldn't be stated as fact, and it shouldn't be assumed that it is a fact. I would, however, encourage you to go and watch Lovely T's video on this. She put it best, and like I said, I can't speak on it. I can't talk about things I don't know about. While I can understand that people in the black community are angry because they looked up to Doja, all those narratives about her self-hatred that are being spread didn't really make me hate her. It just made me feel really sorry for her. Even if the allegations are true, I just feel bad for her. It seems to be this thing with black women in music. There's a lot of black women who display this kind of behavior. I mean, look at Lil' Kim, right? It's also just like shocking to find out that you never know what someone is up to in their private lives. It just makes me rethink idolizing these people, and it should make you rethink idolizing them too. Don't go on trolling campaigns in favor of celebrities that you've never met and know nothing about, and don't troll them either because of what someone said on the internet. One complex person with decades and decades of existence on this planet cannot be summarized with one tweet, one video, or one statement. There is always a good side to people, and then there's always a side to people that is not so good that maybe they don't show everybody. Can you, your entire life, everything you've done, everything good you've done, everything bad you've done, be summarized with one sentence? No, it can't. You should also bear in mind that people love to cancel people as soon as they become successful. It is not a coincidence that Doja Cat is being canceled 1 week after her song hit #1. And it is also not a coincidence that the last time that she was canceled Moo went viral. As for how this whole controversy is going to affect Doja Cat's career, I've been following her for years, and I know that she's very active on social media. She does a lot of Instagram lives. She's always going on live, speaking her mind, clapping back at trolls, throwing shade at people, and sometimes even being a little bit problematic. There's countless screen recordings of people, recording her Instagram live sessions, and she's clapping back at fans and saying really mean stuff. I think going forward, she should be a lot more careful about what she does on social media. At least that's my personal opinion. I'm not really sure what she could do to make the situation better.